The 1969 Volkswagen Type 2 bus is finally finished. I got this thing down to bare metal and it definitely took some work. This is definitely the biggest car we've ever done. I made sure to top off the tank a little bit before we lowered it in because I knew the top would be sticking out, and it basically maxed out our tank for height-wise. This thing took a total of 2 dips in our alkaline tank to remove all the paint, and I believe about 3 or 4 dips in the acid to remove all the rust. There was a decent amount of rust, but from what I've seen on these things online, this one's in fantastic shape. The paint wasn't too much of a problem. There was a decent amount of Bondo on it, and that's what the second dip was for, mostly to remove most of that Bondo. And there was some of the red paint on top of the Bondo that was a little stubborn. We're gonna have a closer look at this thing and see what we're working with. So up here on the front end, it's a little bit wrinkled up. You can see there's a whole bunch of holes drilled, and they pulled a whole bunch of dents and then layered some Bondo over it. This is where a lot of the paint didn't come off because the Bondo is pretty thick underneath it. Right here, you can see there's some brazing around here, and there was a lot of pitting around where the weather stripping was for the windshield. Around to the driver's side. You could see it rotted through here a little bit, and there was some fiberglass and resin, if you remember in the video, covering all this up. The floor's in pretty decent shape. The seats are in great condition. There's not a lot of rust on them at all. I'm wondering if this floor was replaced before, because you can see there was some work done. There's some stacked welds there and some brazing. Let's have a look at the side here where that significant dent is. They're definitely gonna have some work to do pulling that thing out. Around back here, everything is completely solid. This thing's in fantastic shape. Around where the spare tire is, you can see we got some rot there, nothing crazy. Some more brazing. Have a look under here. On the other side of that dent. All solid. We got some rot through there. We'll have a look at the passenger side. Everywhere where there was some work done and it wasn't original paint, that's where it was stubborn. There was a lot of Bondo right here. It took the second dip to take care of that, and basically this whole side panel was still covered in paint after the first dip. Come along here, the rockers, you can see some rot coming through there. Nothing crazy though. We'll have a look at this floor. There's a lot of pitting and holes in the floor. A lot of the rot is in this corner right here. And you can see some more rot. But like I said before, from what I've seen online, this one is in fantastic shape compared to other VW buses. Have a look at the passenger side seats.